Hi, everyone. So this is a welcome, I guess, to this Microsoft team that I've created for the biomedical science student community. It is just for levels 1 to 3, but it's for either the BSc or the MSci. So really it's for those core years where everything that you're doing is strictly and truly biomedical science. The point of this is not only obviously are we in a very different world at the moment. For level 1 students, many of you have never actually met other than online. You haven't met in person. Level 2 students, level 3 students may be feeling disconnected from the university, from one another, from the staff, all that sort of thing. And one thing that I've recognized over the last few months is that this is actually the kind of thing that maybe we need all the time. So I know you have various social media groups. You've got WhatsApp chats, you've got Discord servers, Facebook groups, I imagine, all kinds of private things, and that's perfectly fine. And that's your space to, say what you like, badmouth, support one another, ask questions, that sort of thing. But what we're recognizing more and more is that a lot of you have the same questions. A lot of you have the same concerns. A lot of you have concerns that you think only you have. You're not aware that others in the group have them as well. Now, in a normal year when you're on campus, there is a greater awareness of this because you bump into one another. You chat in the refectory and in the library and in forming study groups as well as online. And so it becomes a bit more apparent that one person's problem is another person's problem, and you're not alone. That's a lot harder to do in this digital environment. I myself am feeling a bit disconnected from some colleagues. There's colleagues that I don't always need to interact with, and so I haven't seen them even online in quite a while. There's others that I see all the time, and that's how I keep that connection with work, because it's now been almost a year since all of us have been working almost exclusively from home. So I thought a good thing to do would be to start a sense of community within the course, where you can support one another, where you can ask questions of me, of other staff that become members of this group if they wish to. A lot of people say things like, I can't find the module specs for this, or I don't know where the assessment is for that, or what happens with resits, or that sort of thing. It's a lot of repeating the same kind of answers. And so this could be a useful place to support one another, to redirect one another, to ask questions that apply to lots of people. Obviously, email if it's something particularly personal, if it's something that relates just to you. But this provides a way to keep continuing chats going. Now, it's going to mean everyone needs to learn how to use Teams a bit. You need to learn how to reply to a post with a reply, rather than replying with a new post, because that starts a new conversation thread. Most of you should be relatively familiar with Teams at this point through using it for your personal science tutor, academic personal tutor platform. Many of you may not be. You may not have been interacting with your PSTs and APTs. You may have even been doing the occasional post, things like that. Teams is being used more and more, and it can provide a really great platform for interaction, communication, and support. So that's what I'm aiming to do here. This is just an introductory thing. I realize it's gone on about as long as most of my other videos. But I thought this might be a way of merging Blackboard and Teams into one, even though you'll jump out from one to the other. You can support one another. The idea of Blackboard is it's very content focused. It has support features in it. It has links to support, but it doesn't have that community feel that I think sometimes we're missing. So I thought this might be a good starting point. It will not replace Blackboard in terms of announcements and things. So I will still put up announcements there, but this is really a way of having, like I say, that community aspect. So in terms of, announcements, course information, that still exists in kind of the content area. Which is Blackboard for the program pages and your modules. It is absolutely not to replace anything to do with the academia. It is more for looking for support, reaching out to others, reaching out to staff, starting chats about things, and if they apply. It might fall down. It may well fall down. It may be more useful at a module level. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. Please do post them in this feed. And hopefully you're seeing this video embedded in the channel. I'll create more channels as we go for different themes. So whether that's, things like module fairs coming up, module choices, you can ask, level 1 students can ask level 2 students what modules might be a good idea. Same for level 2 to level 3. You want to think of things very much as level 1 students being transitioning into higher education, level 2 about progressing and improving and level 3 about achieving and exiting, I suppose, preparing you for the wider world. And I want to try and help you with that, and hopefully the other staff do as well. It's a bit of an off the cuff idea. Hopefully you all find it useful. Like I said, it's just for generating a sense of community. It is not to replace anything to do with the academic side of the course. Okay, I'll leave it at that for now, as it was just supposed to be a hello. Hope you're all doing well, and speak to you soon, hopefully. Goodbye.